Tom was an ordinary man with a quiet life. He worked in a small tech store in the city. Every day was almost the same. He woke up, went to work, helped customers, and then went home. Tom liked his routine. He did not want big changes in his life. But one day, something unusual happened. It was Saturday afternoon. The sun was warm and bright. Tom decided to take a walk in the old part of the city. This area was full of small shops and street markets. People sold all kinds of things there. Tom liked looking at old items and sometimes found interesting things. As he walked, Tom saw a small stall with many shiny objects. The man behind the stall was old. His eyes were kind but held a secret. On the table, there were many bracelets, rings, and necklaces. Tom's eyes stopped on a bracelet. It was simple but beautiful. The metal was silver but had a strange blue glow. The bracelet was light and felt warm when Tom touched it. Tom asked the old man, "How much for this bracelet?" The old man smiled and said, "It is not expensive, but it is special." Tom laughed softly. "Special? How?" The old man said quietly, "Only the right person can feel its power." Tom smiled. He liked simple things. He bought the bracelet without thinking too much. He put it on his wrist and felt a small warmth. Then he continued his walk, feeling happy with his new find. That night, Tom went to bed early. The bracelet was still on his wrist. He looked at it in the moonlight. The blue glow was faint but there. Tom wondered if the old man's words were true. Could the bracelet really be special? Tom closed his eyes and tried to sleep. Suddenly, he felt a strange sensation. His mind started to see pictures. Bright stars, wide spaces, and strange buildings appeared in his mind. He saw a huge ship flying between stars. Then he saw a figure standing tall. The figure had long hair and eyes that shine like crystals. Tom opened his eyes fast. The room was dark and quiet. The bracelet still glowed softly on his wrist. Tom was confused. Was it a dream? He thought. But the pictures were so clear. He touched the bracelet and felt warmth again. He sat up and looked around. Everything was normal. But his heart beat fast. The next morning, Tom tried to think about the strange vision. He told himself it was just his imagination. He wore the bracelet and went to work. But the bracelet seemed to change him. Sometimes, when he looked at it, he felt calm and strong. Other times, he felt like something was waiting for him. At work, Tom was distracted. His friend, Neil, noticed. "Hey Tom, you seem different today. What's going on?" Tom smiled. "Nothing special. Just a new bracelet." Neil laughed. "Looks nice. Does it have any powers?" Tom shook his head. "I don't know. Maybe just a cool design." But deep inside, Tom felt that the bracelet was more than a design. That evening, Tom went back to the old market. He wanted to ask the old man more about the bracelet. But when he reached the place, the stall was empty. No one was there. Tom felt a little disappointed. He walked around, but no one knew where the old man had gone. The market felt different, quiet and strange. Tom decided to go home. That night, Tom's dreams returned. He saw the same figure from before. This time, the figure spoke to him. The voice was soft but strong. "Tom, you have been chosen. The bracelet connects you to our world. Soon, you will understand your true path." Tom woke up with a start. His heart was pounding. He looked at the bracelet. It shined bright blue. Tom did not know what to think. Who had chosen him? What was his path? The days that followed were full of small strange things. The bracelet sometimes showed symbols only Tom could see. When he touched it, he felt like he could hear soft voices in his mind. The city outside seemed bigger and full of secrets. Tom tried to live his normal life, but he knew things were changing. The bracelet was a key to something he could not yet understand. He felt both fear and excitement. One evening, as Tom walked home, he noticed a strange light in the sky. It was not like a plane or a star. The light grew bigger and brighter. Tom stopped and watched carefully. The light came closer and closer until it looked like a small glowing ship. The ship landed quietly in the park near Tom's home. Tom's heart beat fast. He did not move. Then the door of the ship opened slowly. A figure stepped out. It was the same figure from his dreams, tall, with shining eyes and graceful movements. The figure smiled kindly. "Tom, I'm Yelra. I come from the Star Empire that gave you the bracelet. You are not just a man with a simple trinket. You have been chosen to help our people." Tom could not speak. He felt like his life had changed forever in one moment. Yelra held out a hand. The bracelet on Tom's wrist glowed brightly, connecting them. Tom took a deep breath. He looked at Yelra and said quietly, "What happens now?" Yelra smiled. "Now, your journey begins." Tom stood frozen in the park, staring at the glowing ship and the figure before him. The night was quiet except for the soft hum coming from the alien craft. His heart raced. But he tried to stay calm. The bracelet on his wrist pulsed with a gentle light, almost like it was alive. Yelra smiled warmly. "Do not be afraid, Tom. I know this is sudden, but your life will change in ways you cannot yet imagine. The bracelet connects you to my people, the Valorians. We are a star empire far from Earth." Tom blinked. "Valorians, star empire. I don't understand." Yelra stepped closer. "The bracelet was made to find a special person, someone who can help us in a time of need. You were chosen long before. You found it. The bracelet reached out across the stars and found you." Tom looked at his wrist. The bracelet shone blue and felt warm, almost like a heartbeat. "But why me? I'm just a simple man." "Not simple," Yelra said. "You have qualities our empire needs: courage, kindness, and a strong mind. These qualities do not come from where you were born, but from your heart." Tom tried to process everything. He had always thought his life was ordinary, but now it felt like a story from another world. "What do you want from me?" he asked carefully. Yelra nodded. "I need you to come with me to our home world. There you will learn about your true role. It will not be easy, but you are not alone. I will guide you." Tom looked up at the stars. He wanted to ask more questions, but he also felt a strange pull, as if the bracelet was telling him to trust Yelra. Taking a deep breath, he said, "Okay, I will come with you." Yelra's eyes shone bright. "Good. We leave now." The door of the ship opened wider, and Tom stepped inside. The inside was bright and smooth, with walls that seemed to glow softly. Tom felt weightless for a moment as the ship lifted off the ground and flew into the sky. He looked out of the window and saw the city shrinking below them as the ship moved through space. Tom sat quietly. He could still feel the bracelet's warmth on his wrist. Yelra sat beside him and began to speak. "Our empire, Valoria, is many light years from Earth. It is a place of many stars and many people. Our world is peaceful, but faces a growing threat from enemies who want to take our power." Tom listened carefully. "Enemies? What kind of enemies?" "Rivals who believe only strength should rule. They want to break the unity of our people. You, Tom, have been chosen because you can bring something new, a different kind of strength." Tom frowned. "I don't feel strong. I'm just one man." Yelra smiled. "Strength is not only about fighting or power. It is about the will to protect, to learn, and to unite. The bracelet you wear carries the symbol of our people's hope." Tom looked at the bracelet again. The blue glow seemed brighter now. "Will I have to fight? Perhaps. But first, you must learn our ways and prove yourself. The Valorian people must see that you are worthy. There will be tests." Tom felt nervous, but also curious. "What kind of tests?" Yelra's eyes gleamed. "Tests of courage, intelligence, and heart. You will face challenges that will show who you truly are." The ship flew through the starry sky, faster than Tom had ever imagined. Hours passed, and Tom's fear slowly changed to excitement. He was on a journey no one from Earth had ever taken. Suddenly, the ship began to slow. Outside the window, Tom saw a beautiful planet. It was larger than Earth and covered with green forests, blue oceans, and tall mountains. Bright cities with shining towers dotted the land. "This is Valoria," Yelra said softly. "Our home." The ship landed gently on a smooth platform in the middle of a large city. As the doors opened, Tom stepped out into fresh, clean air. The sky was a deep purple, and the sun shone softly. People walked by, some tall and slender like Yelra, others with different skin colors and eyes that sparkled. Tom felt small but also welcomed. The people looked at him with curiosity and respect. The bracelet glowed brighter than ever. It was as if it told the people that Tom was important. A tall Valorian named Martin approached them. She wore a robe with gold trim and looked serious but kind. Yelra, you have returned with the Chosen One. Yelra nodded. Yes, Martin. This is Tom from Earth. He carries the bracelet. Martin smiled. Welcome, Tom. You have a long path ahead, but you are not alone. The Empire watches you. Tom bowed slightly, feeling the weight of the moment. Thank you. Martin gestured to a large building nearby. Come. We will begin your training soon. You must prepare for the trials that will show your true strength. Tom followed Yelra and Martin through the city. The buildings were beautiful and full of light. People greeted him with smiles. Tom felt hope growing inside him. That night, Tom rested in a simple room prepared for him. The bracelet's glow filled the room softly. He thought about Earth, his small life, and now this vast empire that needed him. He was scared, but he also felt a new purpose. Before sleeping, Tom looked at the bracelet once more. He whispered, I will do my best. As he closed his eyes, he dreamed again of stars, the glowing figure, and a future full of unknown challenges. But this time, he also dreamed of hope and courage. Tomorrow, his journey as the chosen mate of an alien empire would truly begin. The next morning, Tom woke up feeling strange but excited. The room was bright with soft sunlight from the twin suns of Valoria. He looked at the bracelet on his wrist. It still glowed softly. Today, he would start learning what it really meant to be the chosen mate. A gentle knock came at the door. Yelra entered with a warm smile. Good morning, Tom. Are you ready to begin? Tom nodded. I am, but I still don't know what I must do. Yelra's eyes shined. You will learn step by step. Today, you will meet those who will help you understand our world. Tom followed Yelra out of the room. The city was already busy with people walking, flying small vehicles, and going about their daily lives. Tom noticed how different everything was, but also how peaceful it felt. They arrived at a large building with tall glass walls that shimmered. In the sunlight, the entrance opened smoothly, and Tom stepped inside. The room was wide and filled with people of many shapes and colors. Some looked like Yelra, tall and graceful. Others had darker skin and bright eyes. Tom felt both nervous and curious. A Valorian with short silver hair stepped forward. Welcome, Tom. I am Cora. I will be your guide for today. Tom smiled and shook her hand. Thank you. Cora led Tom to a large hall where a group of Valorians waited. These are your teachers. They will help you learn our history, culture, and the skills you need. Tom listened carefully as Cora explained the importance of the bracelet. It is a symbol of connection between Earth and Valoria. It binds you to our people and to a destiny that only you can fulfill. Tom asked quietly, What is this destiny? Cora smiled kindly. In time, you will understand. For now, it is enough to know that you have been chosen because you can bring hope and change. The day was full of lessons. Tom learned about Valoria's history, the stars they protected, and the challenges they faced. He also began training his mind and body. Though he was not a warrior, he found that his quick thinking and patience helped him solve puzzles and understand complex ideas. During a break, Tom walked with Yelra in a garden filled with strange plants and soft music. This place is beautiful, Tom said. Yelra nodded. It is home. We protect it with everything we have. Tom felt a deep respect for this world and the people who lived here. He also felt the bracelet's warmth again, reminding him that he was part of something bigger. That afternoon, Cora introduced Tom to the first test. It is a challenge of courage, she said. You will enter the cave of lights inside. You must find a crystal that glows with the light of your heart. Tom looked at the entrance. The cave was dark, but from inside came soft, glowing colors. He felt a mix of fear and excitement. Yelra squeezed his hand gently. You can do this. Tom stepped into the cave. At first, the darkness was thick, and he could barely see. But as he moved forward, The walls began to shine with colors that changed with his emotions when he felt afraid. The colors dimmed when he felt calm or brave. The lights grew brighter. Tom took a deep breath and focused. On the bracelet, he thought about the people of Valoria and how they needed him. Slowly, he moved deeper into the cave. After some time, he saw a soft blue light ahead. It was a crystal hanging from the ceiling. Tom reached out and touched the crystal. The cave lit up with bright colors. The crystal's light matched the glow of his bracelet. He felt a rush of energy and joy. When Tom stepped out, the teachers and students applauded. Cora smiled proudly. You passed the first test. Your heart is strong. Tom felt proud but also tired. He knew the journey would be difficult, but this small success gave him hope. Over the next days, Tom continued his lessons and training. He learned Valorian language, history, and customs. He practiced skills that tested his mind and body. Each day, the bracelet's glow grew stronger. It was like a light guiding him through the unknown. One evening, Tom and Yelra sat together, watching the twin suns set behind the mountains. The sky was painted with pink and purple colors. Tom asked softly, Yelra, do you think I can really help your people? Yelra looked at him with kind eyes. I believe in you, Tom. You have already begun to change things. Strength comes in many forms. Tom smiled, feeling a new confidence. He was no longer just a man from Earth. He was part of something greater. Then, a sudden alert came from the city. A loud alarm echoed through the streets. Tom and Yelra stood quickly. What is happening? Tom asked. Cora arrived, looking serious. Enemies have entered the outer borders of Valoria. This is the first sign of a threat we feared. Tom's heart beat fast. This was the moment he had been preparing for. What can I do? He asked. Yelra took his hand. Stay close. We will face this challenge together. Your training is just beginning. Tom nodded. He felt ready to protect this new home and the people who believed in him. The bracelet shone brightly on his wrist, filling him with courage. As night fell, Tom knew that the true test of his strength and heart was about to begin. He was no longer just a visitor from Earth. He was a chosen part of the Valorian Empire's future. The alarm continued to ring across the city of Valoria. People moved quickly but calmly. Tom stood beside Yelra and Cora, feeling the weight of the moment. The threat was real, and this was no longer just a test of his heart and mind. It was a test of his courage. Yelra turned to Tom. You have trained well, but now you will face your first real challenge. The enemies are trying to break our borders. We must protect our people. Tom nodded. What can I do to help? Cora stepped forward. The council has decided that all who are chosen must take part in the defense. You will join a team of warriors and strategists. Your task is to help plan and lead the defense in the northern ridge. Tom felt nervous but determined. I will do my best. Yelra smiled. That is all we ask. The group moved quickly to the command center. It was a large room with glowing maps and screens showing the borders of Valoria. Tom watched as leaders pointed to different locations where enemy forces were gathering. Cora explained. The northern ridge is a key point. If the enemies break through there, they can reach the heart of our empire. Tom looked at the map. How do we stop them? Yelra said. We must use strategy and courage. We will set traps and send out scouts. You will help coordinate the defense. Tom took a deep breath and studied the map. He remembered his training and the lessons about Valorian history and tactics. Slowly, ideas came to him. He suggested using the terrain to their advantage and creating barriers that would slow the enemy. The leaders listened carefully. Cora nodded. Good thinking, Tom. Your perspective is valuable. Tom felt a surge of confidence. For the first time, he truly felt part of something important. Together, the team worked late into the night, planning and preparing. The next morning, Tom joined the soldiers at the northern ridge. The air was cool and fresh. The valley below was wide and green. But Tom knew danger waited beyond the hills. The Valorian warriors were tall and strong. They moved with grace and skill. Tom felt small among them, but did not let fear stop him. The bracelet on his wrist glowed softly, reminding him of his role. Suddenly, the scouts returned with news. The enemy forces were close. The attack would begin soon. Tom stood beside Yelra and Cora as the warriors prepared. Weapons made of strange metals glowed with energy. The air was tense but calm. When the enemy appeared on the horizon, Tom's heart raced. He saw strange ships and soldiers moving quickly, but the Valorians were ready. The battle began with a loud roar. Light beams flashed through the sky. Tom watched as Yelra led the warriors with skill and bravery. Tom focused on his task, using the plans they made. He helped direct the defenders to key points. When a path was blocked, he found new ways to move and support the team. During the fight, Tom noticed a group of enemy soldiers trying to sneak around the ridge to attack from behind. Without thinking, he alerted the defenders and helped lead a small team to stop them. The fight was fierce, but Tom's quick thinking helped save many lives. The enemy was pushed back. After the battle, Tom was tired but proud. The leaders praised his courage and ideas. Cora smiled. "You have passed a great trial, Tom. Your heart and mind have proven strong." Tom felt a deep satisfaction. He was no longer just a visitor. He was a defender of Valoria. That night, as Tom rested, he thought about the battle. He realized that strength was not only about fighting, but also about helping others and standing together. Yelra came to his side. "You did well today, but more challenges await." Tom looked at the glowing bracelet. He felt ready. "I am ready." The battle at the northern ridge was over, but Tom knew the fight for Valoria was far from finished. The enemies had retreated, but only for a while. Tom's mind was full of questions. How strong were these foes? What more could be done to protect this beautiful empire? The next morning, Tom met with Yelra and Cora in the great hall of the palace. The room was bright with sunlight and filled with Valorian leaders. Tom felt nervous but determined. He had become part of this world, and now he needed to understand it better. Cora spoke first. "We have learned that the enemies are not only strong, but have powerful leaders. We must gather information and prepare for what comes next." Yelra looked at Tom. "This is where you come in. The bracelet connects you to our people, but it also has a secret power. It can send and receive messages from across the stars." Tom was surprised. "Messages? How?" Yelra explained. "The bracelet is made with ancient technology. When you focus, you can hear thoughts and see images sent from others in the Empire. It is a way to stay connected, no matter where you are." Tom closed his eyes and held his wrist. He felt the bracelet's warmth grow stronger, slowly. His mind opened to new sounds and pictures. He saw stars, planets, and faces he did not know. Then a clear voice spoke in his mind. "Tom, this is Captain Vero from the starship Valiant. We have found a hidden base of the enemy near the moon of Zoran. This base is dangerous. We need your help to find a way to stop them." Tom's eyes opened wide. "A secret enemy base? Near a moon?" Yelra nodded. "Yes, this could be the key to the enemy's power. If we can destroy or capture it, we may end this war." Tom felt a mixture of fear and excitement. This was bigger than he had imagined. He was not just a defender on the ground anymore. He was connected to the stars themselves. Cora placed a hand on his shoulder. "You must learn to use this power well. It will help you and the Empire." Over the next days, Tom trained with Yelra and others to control the bracelet's abilities. He learned to focus and open his mind to messages from far away. At first, it was difficult. His thoughts would wander or mix with noise. But with practice, he improved. One afternoon, as Tom sat quietly in the palace garden, the bracelet sent a strong signal. He closed his eyes and reached out with his mind. Images of the enemy base appeared, dark buildings, guarded by strange machines and armed soldiers. He heard Captain Vero's voice again. "We need to find the weak point in their defense. You may be able to help us discover it." Tom opened his eyes. He knew this was a dangerous mission, but he felt ready. He shared the images with Yelra and Cora. Together, they planned how Tom could use his connection to learn more. That night, Tom focused again and traveled in his mind to the moon of Zoran. He saw the base from above and noticed a small opening in the wall, hidden by shadows. This could be the secret entrance. Tom reported his discovery to Captain Vero through the bracelet. The captain's voice was full of hope. Excellent work, Tom. This could change everything. The leaders of Valoria began to prepare a mission to take down the base. Tom was asked to join the team. It would be risky, but Tom wanted to help. He thought about Earth and how far he had come. Now he was ready to face the unknown. As the day of the mission arrived, Tom felt both nervous and excited. He wore the bracelet tightly on his wrist, knowing it was his link to Valoria and to the stars beyond. Ylra came to him. Remember, Tom, courage and heart will guide you. You are never alone. Tom smiled. Thank you, Ylra. I will do my best. Together with the team, Tom boarded the starship Valiant. The engines roared as the ship lifted off into the sky and headed toward the moon of Zorin. Tom looked out at the stars, feeling the weight of the mission ahead. The journey was quiet, but Tom's mind was full of questions and hopes. He was no longer just a man from Earth with a strange bracelet. He was a chosen part of a great empire, connected by hope, courage, and a destiny yet to be fulfilled. The starship Valiant moved silently through space toward the moon of Zorin. Tom sat beside Captain Vero and Ylra, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. The bracelet on his wrist glowed softly, as if it knew the importance of the mission. Captain Vero looked at Tom. You have done well so far, Tom. This mission will be difficult. The enemy base is heavily guarded, but with your help, we might find a way inside. Tom nodded. I will do whatever I can. Ylra placed a hand on his shoulder. Remember, trust yourself and your heart. The crew prepared for landing. Tom watched the moon grow larger outside the window. It was rocky and dark, with craters and deep shadows. The enemy base was hidden somewhere on this cold surface. When the ship landed, the team put on their suits and gathered their equipment. Tom felt the cool air of Zorin against his face inside his helmet. Everything was silent except for the sound of breathing and footsteps. Captain Vero led the team toward the base's secret entrance, the small opening Tom had seen in his vision. The soldiers moved carefully, staying low and quiet. Tom's heart beat fast. He remembered the bracelet's glow and the connection it gave him. He felt ready. They reached the entrance. It was narrow and dark, just as Tom had imagined. The team entered slowly, their lights cutting through the shadows. Inside, the base was a maze of halls and rooms filled with strange machines and guards. Tom felt nervous but focused. Captain Vero whispered, "We must find the control room. If we can take control, we can stop their weapons." Tom listened closely. Using the bracelet, he sent a silent message to Ylra outside the base. "I will guide you." The team moved carefully through the corridors. Tom's mind was sharp. He remembered the images from the bracelet and used them to avoid traps and guards. Suddenly, a guard appeared ahead. Tom held his breath. Ylra quickly sent a signal to distract the guard, and the team slid past after what felt like hours. They found the control room. It was large and filled with blinking lights and screens. Captain Vero nodded. "This is it." Tom approached the main console. He touched the buttons carefully, guided by the bracelet's power. Slowly, the screens changed, showing the enemy's weapons and systems. Tom saw the weak point, the power source for the base's defenses. If they could destroy it, the base would lose its strength. He told the team, "We need to place charges near the power source." The soldiers prepared the explosives while Tom kept watch. Just then, alarms sounded. The enemy had discovered their presence. The team rushed to finish the charges. Tom felt a rush of fear but stayed calm. The leader of the enemy soldiers appeared. Blocking the way, Tom stood firm. The team fought bravely. Ylra and others outside sent reinforcements through the bracelet's connection. Together, they pushed back the enemy. The charges were set. Captain Vero gave the signal. The team ran back to the exit as the base began to shake. Tom looked back and saw the power source explode in a bright light. The enemy's defenses collapsed. The team reached the ship just in time. The Valiant lifted off, leaving the damaged base behind. As they flew away, Tom felt a great relief and pride. The mission had been dangerous, But they had succeeded. Captain Vero smiled. You were brave and smart, Tom. Your connection to Valoria made the difference. Yelra nodded. You are truly the chosen one. Tom looked at the bracelet glowing on his wrist. He felt stronger, ready for whatever lay ahead. The stars outside the window were bright and full of promise. Tom knew his journey was not over, but he was no longer afraid. He was part of Valoria now, a protector of peace and hope. The starship Valiant moved steadily away from the moon of Zoran. The enemy base was destroyed, and the threat to Valoria had lessened for now. Tom sat quietly, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. The bracelet on his wrist glowed gently, like a warm heartbeat. Captain Vero joined him, a smile on her face. You have done more than anyone expected, Tom. You brought hope to our people. Tom looked up, a little shy. I just wanted to help. Yelra arrived, her eyes shining. You did more than help. You showed courage and kindness. These are the true signs of the chosen. Tom thought about the journey he had been on, from the moment he found the bracelet on Earth. Everything had changed. He had learned about a new world, made new friends, and faced dangers he never imagined. But most of all, he had discovered something inside himself, a strength and hope he did not know he had. The Valiant returned to Valoria, where the people waited with hope and gratitude. The city was alive with celebration. Tom was greeted with cheers and warm smiles. For the first time, he felt truly at home. In the Great Hall, the council met to honor the team. Tom stood beside Yelra, Cora, and Captain Vero. The leaders spoke of bravery, unity, and the future. A tall elder stepped forward and placed a shining medal around Tom's neck. You are not just a visitor, Tom. You are a protector of Valoria, and a bridge between our worlds. Tom felt tears in his eyes. He looked at the bracelet and then at the faces around him. He knew this was only the beginning. After the ceremony, Tom walked with Yelra in the palace garden. The twin suns set behind the mountains, painting the sky with colors of gold and pink. Will you stay with us? Yelra asked gently. Tom smiled. I want to. There is still much to learn. In many ways I can help. Yelra nodded. Valoria and Earth are connected now. Through you, together, we can build a future of peace. Tom looked at the bracelet one last time that evening. It was no longer just a strange object. It was a symbol of hope, friendship, and a new beginning. He was ready for the adventures to come, knowing that with courage and heart, anything was possible.